to my mates, and I said, hey boys, don't back me up here, boys. And they said, hey Don, you gotta back up all the boys. She wanted to see me coming to the crowd, big fucking she was just off the local shop, yesterday seeing clouds, fat trying to come all along. We didn't know about my mates, fat time he did it with me, so they'd all have to do was take a bit. Then the boys would kick us balls, and I said, hey boys, you gotta back me up here, boys. And they said, oh hang on, you gotta back up of the boys. So I hit my harness on the chair, and he just turned around, I grinning, proceeded to kick my head, and yeah, got no help at all. When that boy was seen you get fake, like fuck that boy who say just up and run, and I got a help on. As he smashed me off the walls, and I said, hey boys, now back me up here, boys. I said, hey boys, just come back up here, boys. So I never seen a girl again. All I seen was a lot of pain. I'm gonna soak it up, and I seen this shame. I had a lot of thinking to do. So the moral of this story is those don't carry on like a snake. No women on the piss. You see them on me before that, you certainly didn't want me after this, and I never got no back up from the boys. I never got no back up from the boys. They just run on while the big man kick my toes. I never got no back up from the boys.
Hail, hail, and welcome to the HomeBhoys Live podcast here on a Wednesday. Weird Wednesday, 5th of November. Welcome back. Lots to talk about, of course, as usual. No Harper tonight. He is struck down with a mystery virus. He's currently being transported from his house by a dozen men in hazmat suits out to a quarantine section of Lourdes Hospital in Drogheda. He's been feeling under the weather and just wants to chill, I think. So, best of luck, Harper. So, it's me, Joe McKenna, and of course, joined by Jason Higgins.
Hello.
Paul Larkin.
Hello.
All is good, I assume, gentlemen?
As good as it can ever be, aye.
So, we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about Partick. We got to talk about Inverness. We got to talk about Astra. We got to hopefully maybe having Tara on. I've actually just got to go and message her back. That's what I forgot to do. And so... hopefully she might be coming on and talk about the food collection there, or food bank collection on Saturday there. And we've also going to talk about, we just mentioned it now, Jason?
Go for it, aye.
Well, you go for it. You can't explain what it was.
Well, me and Paul got invited to a Celtic supporters meeting in the Celtic Park with the Suits and Ronnie Dyler. So it was that was Monday evening, and we'll give you a wee update. Some of the stuff we spoke about and things like that. But it was all good.
We're going to talk about that. So, lots to be getting on with. I'm trying to pull up Celtic headlines here, so like if something picks my fancy, I can go. Ooh. But I just got to make sure. So we'll go back to the Partick game. 6-0, right? What a fantastic result. And Guidetti, absolutely on fire. Were you boys at the game?
I was.
I wasn't.
You didn't go? I didn't see the game. Fiona says to me during the day, she says, I've booked a babysitter and we're going to go out tonight. And I was like, okay. It was one of those like, Jesus. So we had to have something to eat. I was watching the result come in on my phone, you know, the flash scores. But it wasn't on TV anyway. It was only online, so I would have got a dumb feed for it. But I seen the results and I seen the highlights, and Guidetti's turned into a star. I mean, a real proper star. I remember we said for a while, like before, there's not that many heroes emerging. He looks like he could definitely be one. I mean, Paul, you were there on the night. I mean, was the crowd great? The crowd, obviously, there was the lower tier or something. Yeah,
no, the crowd wasn't great at all. I was through quite early, went to Kerrydale, and it was, you know, I'm never really in there, but it was pretty empty, to be honest, to Kerrydale, you know, it was, so that was a kind of indication, and then obviously the game was that game, but I have to say that John Guidetti lifted the spirits of everybody there, because his all-round performance, his appreciation of the fans, 2 wonderful free kicks, in general, sort of great character of a guy. You know, I've been speaking about it at length over the years about how we need sort of guys with character and guys who appreciate the fans. And this guy, you know, for such a young guy, is definitely doing that. Obviously, the game turned on its axis with the sending off of the guy, a horrendous tackle on Guidetti himself. But you know, it was never going to be in any doubt. And yeah, it was really, really good, Joe. I mean, it was a game, I think, that, you know, particularly with last season in mind and losing to Morton, I don't think any of went into that game sort of massively confident. But with team selection, you could tell the manager was taking it seriously, and players took it really seriously, just swept Partick Thistle aside. And yeah, really great performance. And you know, to beat another SPL team 6-0 in any game, you're going to have to be doing well, and we certainly did well that night.
I would say so as well. And I was watching it, but I just thought Celtic's overall play and energy levels were phenomenal. I know they went down to 10 men, but I thought Aguirre was great, and the way he took his goal was fantastic. You can't believe he's not scored more when he's making the bursting runs in the box. But Guidetti is I love the guy already. You know, and see even, well, I don't know why I'm going to Saturday, but see even in Saturday, see when he's got the ball at his feet, see the quick wee turns that he does, and the quick wee shuffling between his feet and things like that. I think he's got everything. You know, I'm really, really hopeful of this guy, and it's just, and it was good obviously when Griffiths come on as well. So Griffiths got a couple of goals, one and a bit fortunate, but as you say, Paul, I think more with our League Cup form. You know, recent seasons, you think to yourself, this could be a big banana skin for us, because they had a decent support in the game.
Aye.
So you're saying to yourself, this could be a banana skin, and the last thing you want is them gloating at you, getting the way out, because if you work in Glasgow, there's nothing worse than a Partick Thistle fan, I'll tell you. Because at times they can be sanctimonious so-and-sos. But it was very, very pleasing, you know, very, very pleasing. And I was absolutely delighted.
Sorry, I'm eating here.
Sorry, you better tell us. So just his team selections and that as well. You're saying to yourself, I don't know, what did you think, Paul, when Skepovich didn't start up front with Guidetti? Were you a wee bit?
I was surprised, definitely, because then you kind of think, well, it's the type of game that'd be ideal for him. But you've seen the manner of the game, the manner of the play, and obviously the result, and you can't really argue with it. I mean, it was Partick Thistle did bring, you know, a decent support there, and that kind of did add to the atmosphere a bit. But it was, I always think that in the past we've suffered at games at Celtic Park in midweek that aren't the Champions League games, because they are so good that everything else is a kind of bit like after the Lord Mayor's show. You know, fans didn't really get up for it, players didn't really get up for it. So to go in there and just score 6 goals, and as you say, Griffiths come on, score a couple, and you know, it seems like everybody's pulling in the same direction now in that team, and then that's always a good thing.
Yeah, the thing I love about Guidetti is, I mean, he's skillful, but he's just a real hard worker. And I think that, wasn't he was struck down with a virus, wasn't he? And that's what kind of sort of halted his career. I don't know what kind of virus it was, but I think essentially what you got there is a guy back into football who's hungry, super talented. And the thing I really love about him is he's a real hard worker, and he's rugged. I mean, he can take a tackle. He's not afraid to throw himself in dangerous situations, and obviously he has a great right foot on him. And I mean, I think we could be looking at a new hero. I mean, if he sticks around. I mean, if we sign him, which hopefully we will. I mean, the price tag was $5 million was put on by Man City, but now they're talking $3 million. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he has a contract at the end of the season, so you know. But I do think it really is a no-brainer. If it's $3 million, just pay $3 million and get him on $3 million, you know, wages, and everything's happy, because it is clear the impact he's having on the fans is actually starting to bring more people back to the football club, which is, you know, absolutely vital at this time. I mean, we've been going on about every single show about empty stands and the kind of Malaysian Celtic in general. So anything that can sort of lift it up would be fantastic. And obviously Guidetti does, and you know, who knew it would take a Swedish guy to do that again? You know,
the fact that he's a big personality helps as well. I mean, he's got charisma.
Yeah, the start that came out as well, that's the 15th hat-trick a Swede scored for Celtic. The other 14 were scored by the King.
Is that true? That's amazing. So he's an illustrious company then, there you go.
But me and Paul will give you a wee insight to see if Celtic can sign him at the end of the season towards the end of the show.
Aye.
So, I mean, that was
Joe,
the.
is that a 5-course meal to eat in there?
No, I'll tell you what it was. Right, this is going to sound completely.
You're spitting all the computer monitor.
No, what happened was I went downstairs to grab a beer, and Fiona had told me about a cheese plate with some parmesan and some crackers and stuff. So she brought it up and put it next to me. So I'm just sitting here having my own wee dinner party.
Jesus Christ.
I know how the other half live.
Who knew the HomeBhoys would get to a wine and cheese party?
That's not the best part, man. She brought me a decanter of wine as well.
My God.
I'm sitting here like fucking.
I bet you're sitting there in a fucking smoking jacket
I
and
swear
a
to
fucking
God.
cigarette holder.
It's like the start of Tales from the Crypt, for fuck's sake. Rigsby. Oh man. This doesn't happen every day. I must have done something good in the past couple of days, so there you go. So there was the Partick game, right? And then we moved on. Now it was the Scottish League Cup. Should we go on and talk about the aftermath of what happened after that in terms of like Saturday, or we leave it till after talking about the Inverness game?
So you pick, you're the host.
Oh, we'll move on to Inverness, and then we'll talk about what happened then on Saturday after with the draw. So, Inverness game. I didn't see it. Well, I seen up until about the last 10 minutes. I missed the last 10 minutes because I had to go out. But it looked like a hard-fought win. You know what I mean? Especially towards the end.
Aye, it was. But I'll put you in a picture. Obviously, Harper was over at the game, so I met up with Harper before the game with a good few drinks, and then he came and actually sat. I didn't have the kids in with me, so he came and sat with me and Liam at the game. So we watched the game together, and then went for a few beers after the game again. But on the way there, obviously with the food bank, hopefully we get Tara on. But so I went and got a bag of messages in the morning. And I come off Kilmarnock train station, must be in the back of 12, and walking up towards Celtic Park, there was, maybe in the street, there must have been maybe 40 people walking along with us, and I reckon 20 of them had food bags. You know, so by the time I got there, the young lads for the Green Brigade did a van, and it was starting to fill up even then, and that was the back of 12, and the collection tins as well. So gave them a wee donation, gave them a bag of food, and by all accounts, it was fantastic. You know, you just seen when you're walking up to the ground the amount of people that were getting involved in it. So that was amazing. So if we get Tara on, she can maybe give us a bit more detail. But big kudos to the Celtic support for that, as never in any doubt. But so I made it up to the game, met the old Harper in the Kerrydale suite with a few other lads. Boy, Richie was over for Drogheda. And Scott for the temporary stand, and a few Liam come in, and we got a good laugh before the game, and Big Marty and all that for the other boys for the North, and Mickey. So we had a good laugh before the game, and then we went round to the seats, get in. And do you know what? See, because of the Partick Thistle game, there is a wee bit of buzz out at the place, you know, just the John Guidetti factor and things like that. So see, even though it was a 1-0 game, we were quite enthralled. You know, it was one of the ones you were. So whether the game was good or whether the game was bad, it was because you were interested, and it's the first time in a while I've been intently interested in the game for the full amount of the game, you know. And it was another goal for Guidetti, but it was a bit of a professional performance. But then the last 5 minutes, we left a wee bit early. A confession there, we left a couple of minutes early, but I seen the highlights, and Inverness had about 3-4 chances the last 5 minutes to get the equaliser. So that's probably the best team we've faced this season, I would say. I'd say they were even better than Hamilton Accies, who left with the points. So they can count themselves unlucky not to leave with anything, but we got the result, and it's another 3 points, and we're getting nearer where we belong in the table. But you'll take it, you know, you'll take it. Maybe you'd like to win games a bit more.